Hey everyone, it's Ride1940 here. Today we're taking a look at Battleship Command, and this thing is going to release on June 2nd. I wanted to go over really quickly, as a quick tutorial, handling your boilers. Obviously we've seen a lot of videos with combat and stuff like that from myself and other content creators. But another cool important part, if you want to play longer range patrol missions, is the ability to manage your fuel efficiency or economy. If you create a waypoint and you click on your vessel, you're going to get this stuff here. So it'll tell you at your speed and your current range at max speed. So at slow speeds, it's pretty the range is pretty low, and actually if you go a lot faster, you'll see this range kind of increase. So let's see what, once we get up to speed 30 knots, so we can go like 1200 kilometers, 1300 kilometers, but we can even go further than that. And Bracer has told me in the Discord, on his Discord, that you can actually manage your boilers by like turning them off. And I think this will be improved because at the moment it's not quite intuitive. If you hit the number 2 key, you'll go to this Battleship Scharnhorst model, and then you can kind of see different aspects of your ship. So we see how much fuel we have, a fuel oil, if we've got any listing or any flooding. The main one we're interested in here is the propulsion. So if we select this, we can see our boilers. These are the boilers, and then there are 3 steam turbines, and then there's 3 shafts. So in real life, there's certain boilers that are attached to certain turbines, and then that turbine powers the shaft that's attached to it, right? So you can see here pretty clearly. What's not clear, and I think it'll probably be improved in the future, is what set of boilers are attached to each turbine. But I'm imagining it as a bank of 4, and they all seem like to have cross connects, which I do believe that that's how that would be set up in case you need to work around battle damage. But it doesn't give you any information on exactly what the lineup is at the moment. Anyways, we want to increase our fuel efficiency or fuel economy. So the trade-off is going to be speed. So when we have all the boilers going, so there's 12 of them, right? So we got 4 for each turbine to each shaft. They'll make 30 plus knots when they're all firing, but obviously they're using fuel, and so we can control this fuel oil. And if we select a boiler, we can actually manipulate this with our mouse, and we can close the oil pressure, and you'll see the fire actually goes out. Now if you wanted to relight that, you'd have to open this back up and give it oil pressure between 60 and 70 here, which is what the other ones kind of default to. And then you can then hit light boiler, and so we'll bring it back up. So let's do that really quickly just to show you. Okay, so this boiler's out, but if we hit light boiler, it's come back on. Okay, it will take time when you turn these things off and turn them back on to build the steam pressure again, and then provide power to a shaft. So keep that in mind. But we're going to turn off half of them, and then we're going to watch our speed reduction, and then we'll see how our fuel economy was. So remember, at flank speed, with all the boilers going, we can do roughly 13,000 kilometers, or 13 kilometers. 1,000 kilometers, sorry. I'm so mixed up right now. Now let's close these guys. So we can already see now in the corner, bottom right corner, that our speed is dropping down to 29. If I increase the time, actually I probably should go to the map view. So yeah, you can see it coming down. Eventually this will probably stable out at like 20-ish knots, 15-20 knots. Yeah, 20 knots. Okay, so if we were to click on, oops. So you can see what that's done to our fuel, our best range now. So we've increased it to 16,000-ish. So we can use this to our advantage when we're patrolling around. And if you're playing the scenarios I've made, OP Berlin or OP Eisenwolf, which has you operating from Brest, instead of OP Berlin has you coming out from Kiel. You'll definitely want to use this to your advantage, to stay out in the patrol areas as long as possible without the need for refueling. So that should do it for this one. Actually, let's go a little further here. This is kind of a bonus because it's not quite in the game yet. If you were to click on a boiler that's online, or even offline ones, but if you click on this icon here, you'll see the fouling has increased. Now, if we look at a boiler that we took offline, the fouling is much less, right? Because it hasn't been running as long as the online boiler. So eventually the fouling will get to 100%, and currently in the early access pre-release version, there is, I've asked Bracer and he's verified there is no like penalty for efficiency or fuel economy when the boilers are excessively fouled. However, I'm sure that'll change in the future. But if you wanted to, you can actually do some maintenance on it. So let's go ahead and turn these guys on so we have some boilers providing power. Once again, we'll go there, light boiler, click on this one. And we'll go ahead and do maintenance on the ones that were online. Since these guys are all offline, they're not going to be as fouled. Okay, let's click on that one. Okay, so now all our boilers are lit. Got them all going there. And we want to say take out a couple of these to do some cleaning. So we'll shut this down so it's not lit anymore. And then we can just go to start maintenance. That's also going to close the airflow. You can even just leave these guys on and hit start maintenance, and it's going to automatically close them. You just got to remember when you're taking it out of maintenance to open these valves to the correct position. So I think airflow is roughly around 18 or 19, and then the oil pressure is up to like 60 or 65-ish for the pressure. Okay, so I think we're at like, what was it, 6 something fouled, 8.5%. So yeah, you can see over time it's going down. Eventually that will go down to 0, and then at any point you can tell it to end maintenance, and then we should be able to bring this back online. So we'll say that's like 19, we'll say that's 65, and then we can go ahead and hit light boiler. Oh, you know what? I think it has to, yeah, we have to wait. Oops. There used to be a message that would tell you that the, actually, where is that? Oh, there we go. Yeah, you have to read this state, so once it's ready, then you can light it off. So I think we told it to stop. Yeah. So we'll have to go back to the information, and then we'll just accelerate the time so it says until it's ready. Wonder if it got stuck. There it is. Okay. So now we can do this again, and then it should work. There we go, and then we'll go ahead and say light. There you go, the fire's back. So that's how you would clean your boilers. I've operated the ship over a week or 2-week period of time where the boilers get to like close to 100 or actually hit 100%, and nothing bad happens. Like I said, it's not really modeled yet in the game, but that's something to keep an eye on in the future. And if you were curious, at least you can now understand how to operate the boilers and shut down half of them so you can maintain 15-20 knots for an economy cruise. And then of course when you're coming into combat, you want to rush down here and then light off these boilers and get them going so that you have max speed if you need to outrun those dangerous battleships out there. So I hope this was helpful. Oh, it's actually really dark out. Let's stay down here. And of course, you keep your eye on the fuel oil levels. There's no way in the game currently to refuel. You basically, once you're out of fuel, you're out of fuel. That's it. Even if you go to like a port, there's no command or anything to refuel. You'll have to just end the mission and restart a mission that way. So anyways, if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I'll get to them as soon as possible. I'll see you next one. Bye.